Good day everyone! Welcome to our Quarter 2 Week 6 of Media and Information Literacy. And once again, I am your MIL teacher, Sir Billy. Today we're going to discuss analyzing different dimensions of information and media. But before we start, let's have the learning competencies of our lesson. At the end of the lesson, learners are expected to, number 1, identify the different dimensions of information and media. Number 2, create a list of advantages and limitations of informations and media. And number 3, generalize the important lesson learned and how to apply it in daily living. For our most essential learning competencies, at the end of the lesson, the learners are expected to analyze how the different dimensions are formally and informally produced, organized, and disseminated. Before we start, we're going to have a pre-test. Read carefully and write the letter of the best answer and write the chosen letter on your answer sheet. Are you ready? Okay, let's get it on! For question number 1, it pertains to any sound of auditory impression perceived by the ears and processed by the brain. What do you think is the answer? Is it letter A, text information and media? Letter B, visual information and media? Letter C, audio information and media? Or letter D, motion and information media? What do you think is the answer? Okay, the answer is letter C, audio information and media. Question number 2. Which of the following do not describe how text information is produced? Letter A, the writer submits the article to the editor or publisher. Letter B, the writer gathers information about the topic. Letter C, the writer makes a draft versus outline. Or letter D, the writer reviews a draft and develops it into a full text. What's your answer? The answer is letter C. You're correct. Let's proceed to question number 3. A large outdoor board containing text information and images or design posted as a form of advertisement. Is it letter A, graph, letter B, billboard, letter C, chart, or letter D, poster? What's your answer? The correct answer is yes, letter B, billboard. For question number 4, which of the following does not belong to the group? A, podcast, B, blog, C, music, or D, conversation? What do you think is the answer? Yes, the answer is letter B, blog. Question number 5. Textbooks, encyclopedia, periodicals, and journals are example of A, text information and media, letter B, visual information and media, letter C, audio information and media, or letter D, motion information and media. What's your answer? Yes, the correct answer is letter A, text information and media. For this time, let's have a review of our previous lesson. So, let's have the let's review portion. Identify the picture using the 4 types of dimension of information and media. So you can answer whether it's a print media, text media, digital media, or audio media. Okay, let's have number 1, EPUB or electronic publication. What do you think is this? Okay, the answer is print media. Number 2, we have video games. What do you think is this? The answer is digital media. We have also the social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. What do you think is the answer? Okay, it is a digital media. Number 4, we have magazine. Yes, magazine is? You're correct. It is a print or visual media. Lastly, we have number 5, music. What do you think it is? Music. Mm-hmm. It is an audio media. Okay, very good. Okay, before we start our lesson, let's have activity number one. Activity number one is picture the picture. You are going to analyze the picture and identify the dimensions of information and media used in each statement. You're going to answer whether it is a text, visual, audio, motion, manipulative, or multimedia information and media. Okay, what are you waiting for? Let's start. Number one, listening a song on Spotify. What do you think is this? Okay, the answer is audio information and media. Number two, sending a friend request to your crush on Facebook. Sending a request to your crush on Facebook. The answer is yes, manipulative information and media. Okay, next, number three. Editing an old family picture in Adobe Photoshop. What do you think is the answer? Yes, the answer is also a manipulative information and media. How about playing Mobile Legends with your friends? I know you want this application. Okay, the answer is manipulative information and media. Number 5. Who's watching this? Watching FPJ's Ang Probinsyano on a television. What do you think is your answer? Okay, the answer is visual or motion information and media. That's correct. Number 6. Reading a module for the last week of second quarter. What do you think is your answer? Okay, the answer is text information and media. Very good. Singing a video okay on Wissing. I love video okay. Okay, the answer is text or manipulative or visual information and media. That's correct. Next, number 9. Watching Money Heist on Netflix. What's the answer on this? Okay, it could be a manipulative or motion information and media. Okay, very good. Last, searching a vlog of Kong TV in YouTube. Who's Kong TV? He's a vlogger. The answer is text or manipulative information and media. To continue our lesson for today, we're going to have analyzing the different dimensions of information and media. Are you ready? If you're ready, let's start! First on the list is the text information and media. A text is usually used in which text information and media are being produced. A simple text and flexible format of presenting information or conveying your ideas, whether it is handwritten, printed, or displayed on screen. Usually, text is available on different sources, whether it is formal or informal. In a formal, there are news articles and published book or any newspaper, magazine, or advertisements that is related to this work. An informal text is also including in the blogs, personal emails, SMS or text messages, online messengers, or social media platforms. In the text information and media, there is a formal text-based materials. The formal text-based materials are created and distributed by established institutions such as publishing companies or new agencies in producing a formal text-based materials. The informal text-based materials, on the other hand, came from the personal opinions or views on different issues processes. We have also different types of typespaces. Number 1 on the list is the serif. It connotes formality and readability in large amount of text. Number 2, we have the sans serifs. It brings a clean or minimalist look to the text. Number 3, we have the slab serif. It carries a solid or heavy look to text. And number 4, we have the script. It draws so much attention itself because it is a brush-like strokes. And number 5, display or decorative, which caters a wide variety of emotions or themes. Visual information and media, which commonly used as visual media and information, are materials or programs or applications and the like that the teachers and students use to formulate new information to aid learning through the use of analysis, evaluation, and production of visual images. We have different types of visual media. Number 1 on the list are photographs. Number 2 are infographics. We have also comics, and the trending now are memes. We have also formally and informally produced visual media. These are visual media produced by formal organizations such as schools, government, and established media publishing outfits, which are considered formally produced. Other visual media are considered informally produced or visual media. We also include audio information and media. Audio is also known for its means of communication. Through audio, messages and information can bring to people. Number 1 on the list on the types and categories of audio information is a radio broadcast. Why? Because live or recorded audio sent through the radio waves to reach wide audience. Music is also part of this category. Why? Because composed or and performed music for many purposes are ranging from the aesthetic pleasure, religious or ceremonial purposes, or as an entertainment product. That is why it is included in the audio information and media. Letter C, we have also the sound recording. Recording of an interview, meeting, or any sound from the environment is an example of sound recording. We have also sound clips or sound effects. It is any sound or other than music, speech, or artificially produced to create an effect in a dramatic presentation. Or it could be a sound of storm or a sound of a creaking door. We have also the audio podcast. It is digital audio or video, file or recording, usually part of a team series that can be downloaded from a website to a media player to a computer. We have also the motion information and media. We consider this as part of the information and media. There are also types and sources of motion media. It is according to what is stated. Number 1, we have according to format. According to format are examples of animations and video formats. We have also according to purpose, in which education and entertainment and advertisings are included in here. We have also according to sources, in which personal, social media, and media companies are included. We have also according to audience, in which private or public, it could be directed or general. We have also the advantages of motion and media and information. It captures motion in a manner that can be viewed repeatedly. It can show processes in detail and in sequence. Simulations allow for safe observation, and it can cut across different cultures and groups. It allows scenes, history, events, and phenomena to be recreated, and it enables learning with emotions. If we have advantages, we have also the limitations of motion media and information. We have also these limitations. Number 1, compared to other forms of visual, the viewer cannot always interrupt the presentation. Number 2, it is oftentimes that it is costlier than the other forms of visual media. Number 3, other data may be presented best using still images. Examples of these are graphs, diagrams, and maps. And number 4, it is subject to misinterpretation. Manipulative information and media is also part of this. just like they are using interactive media in which it is a method of communication in which the program's outputs depend on the user's input, and the user's input in turn affect the program's output. For examples, we have websites and video games, which are the common types of interactive media. To deeper our knowledge and analysis in this information, manipulative information uses software in this kind of media. For examples of this are the social media. Yes, you are sending a friend request, or for example, responded to a friend request. Just like you are liking the post of your friend, and you are also commenting on your friend's post or uploading a file on a social media. Number two, we have also the online booking. Online booking is a search for flights or book a flight and paid through credit card or a web check-in. To be familiarized with the manipulative information in media, let's have an example of different platforms of interactive media. Number one is we have the mobile apps or mobile applications. These are softwares application developed specially for use on small or wireless computing device such as smartphones, tablets, rather than desktop or laptop computer. We have also the 3D TV. It is a television display technology that enables three-dimensional effect so that the viewers perceive that the image has a depth as well as height and width similar to objects in the real world. We have also the video games or a multiplayer video game. This is a game played by electronically manipulating images produced by a computer program on a television screen or other display screen. We have also the RPG or role-playing games. These are games in which players assume that the roles of characters in a fictional setting. Another different platforms of interactive media is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game or known as MMORPG. It is any story-driven online video game using an internet in a game in which player taking the persona of character in a virtual fantasy of world that interacts with a large number of players. We have also the interactive websites like polls, surveys, exams, and exercises. We have also the virtual reality and immense environment. The computer-generated simulation of a three-dimensional image of environment that can be interactive with a seemingly real or physical way by a person using special electronic equipment such as VR and such as a helmet with a screen inside or gloves fitted on the sensor. And we have also the last is the social media. Even I is hooked in using this media. Websites or online platforms that begin with services whereas we actual people are the creators and the consumers of the content. And where the social interaction, we are the one who is commenting, liking, posting, and talking even in live. And which is, these are the main features and content of the social media. Examples of these are the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, or any other social media platforms. We have also the multimedia information and media. We all know that the multimedia information and media are the combinations of text, audio, videos, graphics, and even the sounds. In this, we have the uses of multimedia in our daily lives. For example, number one, we have entertainment and fine arts. We use this as a movies and animation or even an interactive multimedia and others. We have also using it for education. Just like computer-based training courses or even in webinars, we use that. Also, this is a blend of education and entertainment. We also use engineering, mathematical, and scientific research in modeling using simulation and any other research. We use also multimedia in industry such as a presentation for shareholders, superiors and co-workers and employee training, advertising and marketing. We also uses multimedia in medicine such as virtual surgery, or medical simulations. Multimedia can be also used in public places, such as standalone terminals and kiosks in hotels, railway stations, shopping malls, museums, grocery stores, digital bulletin billboards. And those are the examples and the uses of multimedia. Okay, after discussing the analysis of different dimensions of information and media, let's have a short activity. In this short activity, you're going to have a fraudulent text message as you can see on the screen and answer the question that follows. I will be giving the question in the presentation. In this message, what do you think is the tone of this fraudulent message? Is it enticing, scary, informative, formal, encouraging, or etc.? Number 2, why do you think Filipinos fall this kind of fraudulent or scam text messages? And number 3, do you think that text-based messages are powerful? Pause for this video to answer this activity. After discussing the lesson, let's sum up this. List down the 3 dimensions of information and media. Think and write on how could this dimension can be applied in your daily life. Write the answer in the provided answer sheet. Pause for this video to answer this activity. For your last activity, let's apply it. List down one example of each different dimensions of information and media inside your house, then write the advantage and limitation of each different dimension of information and media. Perform the task on a long bond paper. Pause for this video to answer this activity. And for your virtual quiz, choose the letter of the best answer on every slide and write your answer on the provided answer sheet. And this ends our lesson for this week. See you next week for our new lesson. And this is your teacher, Sir Billy, your teacher in Media and Information Literacy. See you next time!